Hello everyone, so today I have a matchup between Joe Biden and Donald Trump for the 2020 presidential election. So essentially, I believe that Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders will do roughly the same in the general election. Right now, I have my Bernie Sanders versus Trump map. The one state I would change with the state of Georgia for Joe Biden. The reason why, if you look at election polling right now, if you look at Biden's numbers, and if you look at Sanders' polling numbers, they are roughly the same. So I think both Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders could be the best general election candidates for the Democratic Party in 2020. Now, the reason I'm giving Georgia over for Biden over Bernie Sanders is because I think he could be tied to the Obama administration. Bernie Sanders can have a really good job of doing identity politics and appealing to minority voters better than Bernie Sanders can. So I think he'll be able to get some more minority voters out in Georgia to win the state. I also think he'll win states like Florida, North Carolina, Arizona, and Nevada by bigger margins than Bernie would. In the Rust Belt, however, I think he's going to get a little bit smaller margins than Bernie Sanders, but he'll still carry it. Mainly because in 2008, Barack Obama chose Joseph Biden to be his running mate because he had good Rust Belt appeal and white working class appeal. He was born in Scranton, Pennsylvania. He knows these voters in the area. He could Joe Biden. The Bernie Crats and the Bernie Sanders type candidates, they kind of use the term working class. I think Joe Biden likes to use more terms using regarding the middle class, but still he can appeal to those voters in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania and be competitive in Ohio and Iowa. Probably still kind of be toss-ups would be Iowa, Ohio, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and Arizona, but I would see Joe Biden winning those states. If there was a primary against Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, that's a story of a video for another time. But both would be really good candidates to beat Donald Trump by probably by roughly the same popular vote margin, roughly the same. They'll win the same states. But yeah, Joe Biden, I see winning 375 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 163. Thank you. If you want to see my reasoning for some of these other states, like in the Rust Belt or in the Sun Belt, I pretty much have the similar analysis in my Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump video. Pretty much the same reasons I think Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden will be competitive in those states. So I'll link that video in the description.